Hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all praise and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. Once again, double honor to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone that taught me this truth that rule well. Peace and salutation to the whole 144 elect. This is your brother Kawas coming to you with another lesson in this truth, 24/7, 365. This is what I do to get you in the mood. Kwam Nasharala, Rise, Israel. We got next, baby, any day now, guaranteed. Can't wait. Book it. The two most important things you'll ever know as a Hebrew Israelite in this knowledge, in this truth, is the name of our power, which is Yahweh, and the name of his son, which is Yahweh Shai. Esau Edom, ESAU. Esau Edom is the so-called white man. He's not white, but he's red. He's our red, sinister Hebrew big brother enemy, Esau Edom. We are Jacob of the Bible. You got that? Good. The title of this lesson will be The Fear of the Lord. It is essential. Our preface precept is in the book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, in the Apocrypha, chapter 34, verse 14. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 34, verse 14 is my preface precept. And it reads, Whoso feareth the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. That was Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 34, verse 14. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. Copyright Act of 1976.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 19.
That bad?
It's not good.
There's none so blind as those who will not see. Open your eyes. Let the scales fall away. This has all been written. Revelations, chapter 15. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power. And no one could enter the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were completed.
Well, what are you saying? What are you proposing?
That we all prepare to meet our Maker.
Oh, prepare to meet shit. Lady, your tongue must be hung in the middle so that it can waggle at both ends.
End time has come, not in flames, but in mist.
Come here. Easy, back off. How about if your ass prepares to meet my size 10 work boot? How about that?
Hey, there's no call for that.
Myron, please, calm your friend down.
I'm trying to save your soul, you stupid man. Doubters will doubt till the end. A monstrosity did pull that poor boy away. Things in the mist. Do you doubt? Do you? Then go out. Go out and say howdy do.
Shut up, lady. For God's sakes.
Look, you'll have to stop now. You're scaring the children. They should be scared. Oh, yes. They should. Their beautiful, pure little minds have been corrupted with lies. Lies. All this talk of a modern God. Or no God. There is one God, the God of the Israelites. There is one God, the God of the Israelites. There is one God, the God of the Israelites. And he is a stern and vengeful God. And we have been mocking him far too long. And now he demands retribution in blood. It is time to declare yourselves. Take sides, the saved and the damned. Read the good book. It calls for expiation. Blood.
What?
Blood. Little Normie was first, and now God calls the rest of us. The bill is due. It must be paid.
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. Therefore thus will I do unto thee, O Israel, and because I will do this unto thee, prepare to meet thy God, O Israel. For lo, he that formeth the mountains, and createth the wind, and declareth unto man what is his thought, that maketh the morning darkness, and treadeth upon the high places of the earth. The Lord, the God of hosts, is his name. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord! To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness, and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness, and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
This is back to my privileged precept, which is, bear with me, back to Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 34, verse 14. Whoso feareth the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai shall not fear nor be afraid. Shall not fear nor be afraid of the ICBM thermonuclear missiles that are coming upon America with a triple K during World War III. For he is his hope. What is the hope? The hope is our goal. The goal is to be delivered into what the world calls a spaceship, a chariot, a UFO, and to receive the new kingdom. That's the hope. To be immortal, to rule and reign for righteousness forever and ever. That is our hope. So whoso feareth the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, shall not fear nor be afraid when the missiles fly. For he, Yahweh, is his hope. Our goal, to be delivered into what the world called a spaceship, a chariot, and to be preserved and provided for during Jacob's trouble, and given the new kingdom, and receive immortality. That was Sirach 34, verse 14. Let's go to stay in the Apocrypha, chapter, let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1 through 18. I'm going to read quickly. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, My son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, prepare thy soul for temptation. What is temptation? Temptation is pressure applied to your flesh. And this earth, this world under Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is full of temptation. Temptation everywhere. Second verse, Sirach 2. Set thy heart aright. Set your heart on aright. Just like you set your clock on the time to wake up, or you set your thermostat on a particular temperature. Set your heart on aright, righteousness, and constantly endure the temptation, the vexation, the lamenting, the mourning and the woe of being in this wicked, evil, carnal, sinful world of America with a triple K. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. So when things get tight, don't make a quick decision. Calm down, stay in the spirit. Third verse, Sirach 2. Cleave unto him. Who's him? Yahweh. Cleave unto him, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and depart not away in these last days. And depart not away. So don't run to Caesar Borgia. Don't run to Dalai Lama Buddha, Ahaya, Ashai, Yeshua, Yahuwah, Yahweh, Jehovah. Cleave unto him, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and depart not away from this faith, this truth, this understanding, the name, that you may, this is why, that you may be increased at the last end. How do you want to be increased in the last end? During Jacob's trouble. What is Jacob's trouble? No jab, no job, medical martial law, civil unrest, the purge, a manufactured famine, that you may be, you want to be increased during Jacob's trouble, provided for, preserved during Jacob's trouble, right? And then eventually you want to be ultimately increased by being delivered out of World War III into what the world calls a spaceship, and saved and delivered from ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire. Oh, as well as when it says that you may be increased at your last end, also during Jacob's trouble, receiving supernatural power prior to the missiles flying. So being able to throw tanks, guillotines bouncing off your neck, bullets bouncing off your chest, throwing cars, pulling poles out the ground, killing thousands of men with a pole or a tree, throwing cars, not able to die, flying, not being able to drown, running up walls, that you may be increased at the last end. Sirach 2 and 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. So what's ever happening to you, Jakey, Keisha, Latino, Christian, take it cheerfully, man. We're supposed to take it, especially 144K elect men and a 1/3 men, women, and children. Whatever is brought upon us, take it cheerfully. We have to deal with it. Deal with, man, adversity, inside joke. And be patient when you are changed to a lower state. Patient means long suffering in the scripture. When you see the word patient, it's referring to long suffering, not patience waiting for the bus, not patience waiting for an elevator. Patience is long suffering. So be long suffering when you are changed to a lower state. And we are all about to take a L. Everybody about to take a L in America. I said everybody in America is about to take a L, be changed to a lower state. But the scripture says, whatever is brought upon you, take cheerfully when you get brought to a lower state, and be patient when you're brought into a lower state. So the men, the 144K men and the 1/3 men, women, and children, and Lord willing, part of that number, when we are brought to a lower state in these last days, we're going to be patient and wait on the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who's our deliverer, our champion, our friend, our provider. Fifth verse, Sirach 2 and 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and we men are the gold. The 144K men, and the 1/3 men, women, and children, and Lord willing, I'm part of that number of men. We are the gold that is left in the earth. The scripture says a man shall be as the golden wedge of Ophir. Not any man, the Israelite, hopeful elect man. And Lord willing, I'm part of that number, because the 144K elect Israelite man, we are the high value men that are left on planet Earth. Point blank, period. So Sirach 2 and 5 says, for gold is tried in the fire. What fire? Jacob's trouble. When they implement that RFID micro C-HIP, the mark of the beast, when they implement it, when it's a manufactured famine, when there's no jab, no job, when it's medical martial law, when there's a purge, when there's civil unrest, that's going to be the fire. Ultimately, the ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire. However, for gold is tried in the fire, circumstances, adversity, turmoil, and acceptable men. That's what you want to be, an acceptable man and a princess in the furnace of adversity. So adversity, that adversity will be Jacob's trouble. Medical martial law, no jab, no job, implementation of the RFID micro C-HIP. And ultimately, World War III ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire is the furnace of adversity. 6th verse, Sirach 2. Believe in him. Who's him? Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, who are melanated men with beards, afros, and attitudes. Believe in him, and he will help thee. So you must believe in him. Not in Yeshua, Yahuwah, Ahaya, Ashai, Yahweh, Jehovah, Caesar Borgia, Allah. Believe in him, Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Shai, and he will help thee in these last days. Order thy way aright. Like you order food, you want to order thy way aright. You want to order your way in righteousness. You want to order your way of calling on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. You want to order your way of celebrating a high holy day. You want to order your way of not eating swine's flesh. You want to order your way of doing videos and hitting the highways and the byways with camps and brothers. You want to order your way aright by ruling your home in righteousness. Princesses, you want to order your way aright by braiding your own hair, wearing dresses below your knee, being feminine, modest, docile, a helpmate, in order, and trust in him. Lean on, depend on him. 10 toes down, not 99% trust. No, 110% trust in him. Just like you trust your car to start, just like you trust that chair to hold you, just like you trust your bed to stay up when you get in it, you must trust in him in these last days. 7th verse, Sirach 2. Ye that, here's the point, ye that fear the Lord. Ye that fear the Lord. So this is a qualifier. Ye that fear the Lord. Bahashim Yahweh Shah. And reason why it says ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, is because not everybody fears the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. That's the problem. You don't fear him, but you fear the police, though, when they get behind you. You fear your landlord when they get behind you. You fear your spouse when going through your phone, but you don't fear the Lord, Yahweh, the power of the universe. You's a ding-dong, and you deserve to be put to death. Sirach 2, verse 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. What is his mercy? Being provided for, preserved during Jacob's trouble, being endowed with supernatural power during Jacob's trouble, prior to the missiles. And the ultimate mercy is being delivered into what the world called a spaceship out of World War III, ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire. Wait for his mercy. Look up, for thy redemption draws nigh, and go not aside to other philosophies, Catholicism, Christianity, prosperity gospel, Allah, Buddha, Muslim, Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah wickedness. Go not aside, lest ye fall. So in other words, if you go aside, you're going to fall. 8th verse, Sirach 2. Once again, ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, a qualifier. Believe him, point blank period. And your reward, being preserved during Jacob's trouble, being provided for during Jacob's trouble, being endowed with supernatural power during Jacob's trouble, being delivered into what the world called a spaceship during World War III out of ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire is your reward. Given the kingdom is your reward. Being immortal is your reward. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Woo! Point blank period. 9th verse. Ye that, once again, ye that fear the Lord. That's 3 scriptures in a row. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Hope for good. Hope is the goal. Hope for good. Hope to be provided for. Hope to be endowed with supernatural power. Hope to be preserved during Jacob's trouble. Hope to be delivered out of World War III. Hope for the good. Hope to be given into the kingdom. Hope for good and for an everlasting joy and mercy. What is everlasting joy and mercy? The new kingdom. So ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, the 144K elect men, saints that are left on planet Earth, we are the only ones, and Lord willing, I'm part of that number. We are the only ones that fear the Lord Yahweh. Ye that fear the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, hope for good, the new kingdom, and for everlasting joy and mercy. That's the new kingdom. Sirach 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old, okay, and see. Did ever anyone trust in the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, and was confounded? Absolutely not. Or did any abide in his fear? Did any abide in his fear? Did any abide in his fear, live in his fear, dwell in his fear, and was forsaken? Absolutely not. Or whom did he ever despise? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? So did anyone abide, dwell, and live in his fear, the reverence, the respect of him, and was forsaken? Absolutely not. Or whom did he ever despise, neglect, that called upon him? Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. 11th verse, Sirach 2. For the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is full of compassion and mercy. The water Yahweh, the water Yahweh Shai, that you are full of compassion and mercy. Let me see. Yahweh Shai, you on the comment board. Let me go on to my and put you on real quick so it can be seen. Let me put it up. Barakatah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakodash. Yahweh Shai for the elect 777. Subscribe and be edified. Where was I? Sirach 2 and 11. For the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua is full of compassion and mercy. That's good to know. Long suffering, can't you tell? And very pitiful, full of pity. That's good to know. And forgiveth sins. That's definitely good to know. And saveth, listen good, and saveth in time of affliction. What is the time of affliction? Jacob's trouble. What is Jacob's trouble? No jab, no job, medical martial law, civil unrest, purge, manufactured famine, implementation of the RFID micro CHIP. He's going to save in time of affliction, and the ultimate affliction, adversity, will be the ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire. So he's going to save in the time of affliction, and we believe that. Sirach 2 and 12. Woe means destruction. Woe, destruction be to fearful hearts that don't fear him. Instead, you fear Cesar Borgia. You fear the police when they get behind you. You fear your boss. You fear your landlord. You fear your woman going through your phone or your man going through your phone. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, weak hands, and the sinner that goes two ways. 1 minute you trying to get into this truth and call on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Next minute you call on Yeshua, Yahuwah. 1 minute you believe only Israel can be saved. Next minute you believe in that all nations can be saved. 1 minute you call on Cesar Borgia. Next minute you trying to call on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. 1 minute you not eating swine's flesh, and the next minute you eating swine's flesh. And the sinner that goes two ways, Christians, are the ones that go two ways. Sirach 2 and 13. Woe be unto him that is faint-hearted, weak, faint-hearted. Remember Yahweh Shai said to his men that was on the boat. How does he said? "O ye of little faith." Let me see if I can get that. "O ye of little faith." When he say little faith, it's referring to a short burst of faith. "O ye of little faith." Let me see if it'll pop up. Right. Bear with me. Yeah, is this it? Right. Matthews 8:26. Let me get it. Bear with me. Matthews 8:26. Matthews 8 verse 26. Matthews 8 verse 26. Words of Yahweh Shai in red, our Lord and Savior. And he said unto them, "Why are you fearful?" Did we just read right here in Sirach 2 and 12? Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands. Okay. Matthew 8 verse 26. Why are you fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the wind and the sea, and there was calm. And if you go back and read that story, Yahweh Shah fell asleep on the boat while the boat was going through like a mini hurricane over in the waters over there. Let me read. Check this out. Let me go up a little bit. Bear with me if I can find what I'm looking for. Road somebody still was ship Kirk with him. But it was another in the other story. It says he said, "Let's go to the other side." Let me see if I can find that. And if not, I'm gonna move on. And he entered the ship, and the disciples followed him, and he rose and so much, but he was asleep. Okay, there's another version of this where he said to his disciples, "Let us go to the other side." So he made the statement, "Let us go to the other side of the lake." So when they got on a boat, the winds became boisterous. That's why Yahweh Shah went to sleep, because he already made the statement, "Let us go to the other side." So he already knew that they were going to make it, but his men and the people on the ship did not know that. But Yahweh Shai knew it. That's why he fell asleep. Let's show you right here. He says, let me see if I can find that. Bear with me before I do this. Let me get the real story that I want. Bear with me. Let me see if I can get this. Bear with me. Let me get back to it. I'm just being led by the Spirit. Let us. Come on now. Don't do that to me. Oh. Let us go to the other side. That's Luke. Luke 8:22. See if I can find that real quick. Right. This is cool too. This Mark 4:35. Check this out. Mark 4:35. Okay. And Luke, I'm sorry, Mark 4 verse 35. And the same day when the even was come, the evening came, he listen good. These are the words of Yahweh Shai in red. He said unto them, let us pass over unto the other side. Verse 36. And when they had went and when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship. And there were also with him other little ships. Right, verse 37. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full of water. Well, remember, Yahweh Shai said, let us pass onto the other side. I like that Mark. That Mark. Let's do that Mark. I like Mark better. Let's go back. I'm all over the place, but so at Mark. I like that Luke 8. I think it was Luke 8, I believe, right? I like how I said in Luke 8. It's the wording. Right. This is what I like. Check this out. Luke 8, verse 22. Now it came to pass on a certain day that he went into a ship with his disciples. Listen good. And he said unto them, listen to what Yahweh Shai said, let us go over unto the other side of the lake. And they launched forth. So Yahweh Shai, he said it already. So what are you worried about? But he didn't tell them. Well, he did say it, but they was, listen, verse 23. But as they sailed, he fell asleep. Well, why did Yahweh Shai fell asleep? Because he has faith. He doesn't have a fearful heart. He's not a worrier. You see, but he said, but as they sailed, he fell asleep, and there came a storm of wind on the lake, and they were filled with water and were in jeopardy. So it was water all in the boat. And I'm pretty sure Yahweh Shai he knew it. He knew it was wet. He knew what was going on. I can only imagine what the Prince of the universe is thinking. The Son of Yahweh is thinking and doing. I can only imagine. But he knew what was going on. He's all sensitive. He's all human. He understood. Luke 8, verse 24. And they came to him and woke him, saying, Master, Master, we perish. Then he arose as if he wasn't already awake. I don't know. The scripture says he was asleep. But Yahweh Shai knew what was going on. Then he arose like, man, what y'all want? And rebuked the wind. Well, what kind of man is that? Rebuked the wind and the raging of the water, and they ceased, and there was a calm. One story, one says, he said to the wind and the water, to the wind and the water, peace, be still. So peace is a person, is a spirit. Slack it. Peace is a spirit. He said, peace, be still. So peace is a spirit. He said, peace, be still. Woo! 25th verse, Luke 8. And he said unto them, where is your faith? And they being afraid wondered, saying one to another, what manner of man is this? 144K men, 1/3 men, women, and children. Lord willing, part of that number. What manner of man is this that is pulling trees out the ground, pulling poles out the ground, guillotines breaking on my neck, fire bullets bouncing off me during a firing squad? What type of manner of man is this in these last days, raising the dead? For he commandeth the winds and water, and they obey him. Back to Sirach 2:13. Woe be unto you that is faint-hearted in these last days, for he believeth not. Woo! Therefore shall he not be defended during Jacob's trouble, as well as during World War III, ICBM, thermonuclear missile, hellfire. 14th verse, Sirach 2. Woe unto you that have lost patience, that long suffering. Man, I'm just tired of this, man. I can't do it no more, man. I gotta eat some pork, man. Man, my neighbor's wife, man, she's after me, man. I gotta sleep with her, man. I can't help. I gotta shave, man. I'm tired of my beard, man. Woe unto you that have lost patience. I can't hit the block every weekend, man. I got things to do, man. My family want me to be with them on Saturdays. Woe unto you that have lost patience, long suffering. And what will you do when the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua visit you via ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire? 15th verse, Sirach 2. They that fear the Lord, personal pronoun. They that fear the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua will not disobey his word. Woo! And they that love him will keep his ways. Because if you fear me, if you love me, you will cheat on me. But if you fear me, you won't cheat on me. That's why fear is greater than love. That's why I said, they that fear the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will not disobey his word. And then it says, and they that love him will keep his ways. Because once you fear me, you will begin to love me. You see? I used to fear my coaches in sports in high school. I used to fear them. Therefore, I did everything they told me to do. Let's see how many verses is this. Verse 16, Sirach 2. They that fear the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will seek that which is well, this truth, this knowledge, this understanding, pleasing unto him, doing the good works, walking, exercising the fruits of the Spirit. And they that love him shall be filled with the law. Woo! 17th verse, Sirach 2. They that fear the Lord, personal pronoun, they that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shah, will prepare their heart, their mind. We're preparing our mind for Jacob's trouble. We're preparing our mind for temptation. We're preparing our mind for no jab, no job, medical martial law. We're preparing our mind for a manufactured famine. We're preparing our mind to be put in the guillotine. We're preparing our mind to be put in a firing squad. We're preparing our mind to be drowned, put to death. They that fear the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will prepare their hearts and humble their soul. What is your soul? Your mind, your will, and your emotions. And humble their souls in his sight. So you must humble your mind in the sight of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You must humble your will in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And you must humble your emotions in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Last but not least, Sirach 2 verse 18, saying, we will fall into the hand of the Lord Yahweh. This is what the 144K men and the 1/3 men, women, and children are saying. And Lord willing, I'm part of that number. We will fall into the hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the chariots, the angels, and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. Okay, let's go to Psalms 9 verse 20. Put them in fear, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, O Yahweh. It's like I'm a little excited. Psalms 9 verse 20. Put them in fear, O Yahweh, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Selah. See, the Most High going to shake everybody up. Everybody's going to shake everybody's spirit to the core, their soul to the core when the missiles fly. When Yahweh shall crack these clouds, when Leviathan shows himself. Psalms 10 and 1. Oh, I'm sorry. Psalms 10 and 1. Why standeth... No, this ain't what I want. It's like it. This ain't what I want. Psalms 34 and 9. Psalms 34 and 9. Oh, fear the Lord Yahweh, ye his saints, the men, 144K men, and Lord willing, part of that number. Oh, fear the Lord Yahweh, his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. We're not going to have any wants during Jacob's trouble, nor during World War III when we deliver out into a spaceship with the world called a UFO. Oh, fear the Lord Yahweh, you his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. Woo. Damn, I keep doing that. Psalms 2, verse 11 and 12. Psalms 2, verse 11 and 12. Serve the Lord. Sir, we're ministers. Serve the Lord Yahweh with fear. Ding, 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 ding. Serve the Lord Yahweh with fear. Ding, ding, ding. And rejoice with trembling. That's more fear. So we're how do you rejoice with trembling? You gotta fear him. You gotta rejoice in his fear. Rejoice with trembling. Woo! Serve the Lord with fear. Why do you think to be a great millstone in the men of like doctrine? We hit the highways and the byways week in and week out, putting our lives on the line and our freedom on the line to do so, because we serve the Lord Yahweh with fear. Why do you think we study the way we do? Why we fellowship the way we do? Why we die daily to our flesh? Because we fear the Lord. We serve the Lord with fear and rejoice. We rejoice with trembling, right? 12th verse, Psalms 2. Kiss the Son. Who's the Son? His name is Yahushua. He's a melanated man with a beard, an afro, and attitude. Kiss the Son. Mwah! Lest he be angry. Don't make Yahushua angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. So therefore, kiss the Son with fear, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way. We don't want to do that. When his wrath, ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire wrath, Jacob's trouble wrath, is kindled but a little. Woo! Blessed are all they. Listen good. Blessed are all they that put their trust, dependency in him. That was Psalms 2, verse 11 and 12. Proverbs 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. The beginning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. What is knowledge? The ability to use your wisdom. See, knowledge is your ability to use wisdom. And wisdom is the ability to use your knowledge. So the fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge. That's why we study, to get the knowledge. But fools, ding-dongs, Christians, backsliders, out-of-order family members, prosperity gospel-loving Negro Christian Latinos, but fools, Esau, Edom, and other nations, but fools despise, neglect wisdom, which is the fear, and instruction. Good. No deliverance for you, no provision for you. You will be ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire food. That was Proverbs 1 and 7. Proverbs 15, verse 33. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the instruction of wisdom. You know, you get instructions to do, to put a table together, or a chair, or an entertainment center. You get instructions, right? The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the instructions of wisdom. Do you want wisdom? You want to resurrect wisdom? You want to build wisdom, create wisdom, develop wisdom, erect wisdom? Fear the Lord Yahweh. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. And we're being humiliated now. This damn devil got us walking on concrete, dealing with the nigger woman, having temptation everywhere, eating seedless fruit, drinking bottled water, inhaling chemtrails. You see, we already being humiliated. And before honor, and the honor is getting supernatural power during Jacob's trouble, raising the dead during Jacob's trouble, healing the sick during Jacob's trouble, being delivered into what the world called a spaceship during World War III. That's honor. But before honor is humility, and we're going through the humility phase now, because Yahweh Shai had to go through it. The servant is not greater than his master. That was Psalms 147 and 11. Psalms 147 and 11. The Lord Yahweh take pleasure in them that fear him. He takes pleasure, enjoyment in them that fear him. That's a personal pronoun again. The Lord Yahweh takes pleasure in them that fear him, in those, personal pronoun, that hope in his mercy. Hope the goal in his mercy. What is his mercy? Being provided for during Jacob's trouble, being preserved during Jacob's trouble, being endowed with supernatural power during Jacob's trouble, raising the dead during Jacob's trouble, healing the sick during Jacob's trouble. And then ultimate mercy, hope, is being delivered into what the world called a spaceship out of World War III. ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire. That was Psalms 147 and 11. This is Proverbs 14, verse 26 and 27. Let me in you, in the fear of the Lord Yahweh is strong confidence. confidence, faith. In the fear of the Lord. So you must be in the fear. The scripture earlier said, abide in his fear. Rejoice in his trembling. Abide in his fear. In the fear of the Lord Yahweh is strong confidence, is strong faith. And his children shall have a place of refuge. What is the place of refuge? First is going to be the spaceship out of World War III. And then ultimate refuge is the new kingdom. So in the fear of the Lord Yahweh is strong confidence that he's going to provide for us during Jacob's trouble, deliver us out of World War III, and his children shall have a place of refuge, a chariot, a new kingdom. That was Proverbs 14, verse 26. Proverbs 14, verse 27. The fear, ding, 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 of the Lord Yahweh is a fountain of life. Woo! See, the men of great millstone and the men of like doctrine, those that are sincere in this knowledge and this truth, we have a glow to us, man. We have a glow, a shine to us, man. Because why? Because we fear the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and it is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. And the snares of death is coming, Jacob's trouble, no jab, no job, medical martial law, manufactured famine, purge, civil unrest, as well as the ultimate World War III ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire is the snares of death. So let's read it again. Psalms 14, verse 27, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is a fountain of life. To depart from the snares, the traps of death that Esau Edom was coming with in these last days. That was Proverbs 14, verse 27. Where am I? I'm sorry. Where was I? I did that. Okay, yeah, here we go. I'm sorry. Proverbs 19, verse 23. Proverbs 19, verse 23. The fear of the Lord Yahweh, the fear of the Lord Yahweh tendeth to life. It tends to life. It assists you. It assists you in life. Assists you in life. And he that hath it, the fear of the Lord, shall abide, dwell, and live in satisfied. Woo! We are satisfied. This word satisfies us. Man should not live by bread alone, but by the word, by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahweh. We are satisfied with this Bible. We are satisfied with the Apocrypha. We're satisfied with the prophecies. We're satisfied with the law, ordinance, and commandments. At this moment, yes. Proverbs 19, verse 23. The fear of the Lord Yahweh tendeth to life, and he that has it, the fear of the Lord, shall abide satisfied in these last days, while the world is falling apart, sick, stressed out, broke, overworked, underpaid, cancer. He shall not be visited with evil. What is evil? Bad times. So if you fear the Lord Yahweh, it's going to be an assistant to your life. And he that has it, what the fear of the Lord Yahweh, shall abide satisfied, fulfilled. Woo! He shall not be visited with evil. And the ultimate evil with ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire, and the most basic evil is Jacob's trouble, no jab, no job, medical martial law, manufactured famine, implementation of the RFID microchip. That was Proverbs 19, verse 23. Sirach, I read that already. And I read that as well. Let's get back to this video on Amadi 5000. Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, Copyright Act of 1976.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
That bad?
It's not good.
But there's none so blind as those who will not see. Open your eyes. Let the scales fall away. This has all been written. Revelations, chapter 15. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power. And no one could enter the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were completed.
Well, what are you saying? What are you proposing?
That we all prepare to meet our Maker.
Oh, prepare to meet shit. Lady, your tongue must be hung in the middle so that it can waggle at both ends.
End time has come, not in flames, but in mist.
Come here. Easy. How about if your ass prepares to meet my size 10 work boot? How about that?
Hey, there's no call for that.
Myron, please, calm your friend down.
I'm trying to save your soul, you stupid man. Doubters will doubt till the end.
okay.
A monstrosity did pull that poor boy away. Things in the mist. Do you doubt? Do you? Then go out. Go out and say howdy do.
Shut up, lady. For God's sakes.
Look, you'll have to stop now. You're scaring the children. They should be scared. Oh, yes. They should. Their beautiful, pure little minds have been corrupted with lies. Lies. All this talk of a modern God. Or no God. There is one God. The God of the Israelites. There is one God. The God of the Israelites. There is one God. The God of the Israelites. And he is a stern and vengeful God. And we have been mocking him far too long. And now he demands retribution in blood. It is time to declare yourselves. Take sides. The saved and the damned. Read the good book. It calls for expiation. Blood.
What?
Blood. Little Normie was first. And now God calls the rest of us. The bill is due. It must be paid.
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. Therefore thus will I do unto thee, O Israel, and because I will do this unto thee, prepare to meet thy God, O Israel. For lo, he that formeth the mountains, and createth the wind, and declareth unto man what is his thought, that maketh the morning darkness, and treadeth upon the high places of the earth. The Lord, the God of hosts, is his name. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord! To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
All right, to the next one is Rayel. I say Shalom and Abba Babal. Shalom on the brothers on the comment board. Barakatha Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakak Radash. Once again, double honors to the apostles and other bishops of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, that rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful 144 elect. To the next one is Rayel. To you, I say Shalom and Abba Babal DTA. Shalom.